Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sequoia Training. So, as I mentioned earlier today, that today we don't have a specific topic to train on per se. For the last year, 2024, we have done pretty much on every Wednesday. We have training on different topics, different type of loan products, services. Every Tuesday night, we have the Latino training hosted by Mr. Gio Macconi. And about 2 months ago, we started to back up the opportunity call every Monday night that is head by Mr. Bobby Lay. And of course, every Thursday night and Friday night is Mr. Mo Cannon doing his training, very useful, powerful training on different type of strategies, talk about different type of loans, so on and so forth. So again, we do have a lot of trainings from Monday to Friday. And I really, really, truly hope that when you join the Sequoia platform, you see the value of this platform, the tremendous amount of information and knowledge that you can get access to through this network. And of course, the all the different type of products and tools and services that we have on our platforms that we you can use to service your community and your clients. So 2024, it's almost gone. Right now, we're already in the holiday season. Next week is Thanksgiving. So you bring your eye, Christmas is here, New Year's here, and 2025 is here. So we have less than 45 days to go for 2024. So as you reflect back in this new year, I mean, not new year anymore. If you look back to 2024, what have changed? So obviously, hopefully, individually, financially, you change. Health-wise, you change. Mentality-wise, you change. Family, you change. You change in a good way. Hopefully, 2024 bring you all these good stuff. As a company, okay, as a Sequoia, what we have done in the last year is that finally we have accomplished quite a bit of stuff. The biggest, well, there are a few accomplishments that we have done. Number one, we finalized the platform and services and products on our platform. When we started at Sequoia Lending, our our goal is to disrupt the commercial lending industry, where we bring in a lot of funding products specifically for commercial industry. Um, but in 2024, we realized that there it's a much, much bigger opportunity other than just doing funding. So we employed more product and services onto our platform. For example, the cost segregations. We have saved a hotel owner $11 million in tax. $11 million. So if you want to, go back and you can watch the training with Terry talk about that particular case. We employed tax appeal that we can help commercial property owners to lower their tax brackets. We bring in one of the biggest things that we brought in is the wellness program. Nobody heard of it. Nobody know how to. A lot of people out there don't know how to do this. So we bring in the wellness program. So we realize that we are not just the longer that we stay in this business, the more we realize that there's so much this platform can do other than just commercial lending. So this year, one of the biggest thing that we make a decision on the upper management level is to decided to transition the company from just a commercial lending company to a business solution company. So that is one thing that I'm going to talk about later on tonight. So that's the first biggest change that we have as a company. The second biggest accomplishment, I would say, for us is that we officially become the financial coach for National ACE. Stands for National Asian Pacific Islander Chamber of Commerce of Entrepreneur. And National ACE is under the leadership of MBDA, Minority Business Development Agency. And that is a federal level uh, nonprofit organization. It's directly from the White House. Because of joining National ACE, we have a lot more exposure in the community. We got invited to many different events. We did many different talks, and many of our agents start talking to local MBDA and nonprofit organizations utilize the resources that we get from national aids and get a lot of result out of it. So, as a matter of fact, national aids told us that we are actually the best contractor or the best coach, financial coach on their platform. Okay, so that is what they told us. And I asked the CEO of National A saying that, hey, can you write us a recommendation letter? Or can you write us some testimonial that will help us out? So they are in the process of doing so. So that is the second biggest accomplishment with Sequoia. The third biggest accomplishment for Sequoia is the partnership with EXP Commercial. That is a huge, huge, huge thing for us. Um, Ever since day one when we set up Sequoia Lending, one of the company that we look up to it's EXP, and we mimic their business model, we mimic their compensation plan, and again the way that they do business. We thought that hey, if EXP can utilize this particular platform or utilize this strategy to build a company and gone public within 5 years, why not commercial lending? Why not Sequoia? However, what I have seen, and after talking to a lot of higher management or team members, so on and so forth, is that what can we do to keep our agents engaged in Sequoia? What excites you? So that is why we had that transition from just commercial lending to business solution, where we, as you can see, that we bring in many different type of product onto our platform. The biggest example is my very very good friend, Mr. Bobby Lee. On day one, I still remember I was in his office in Tyson's Corner, Virginia, in his office, in the 5,000 square feet office, and I was drawing circle in his office blackboard. I talked to Bobby. I say, Bobby, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And this is the plan. This is the compensation, so on and so forth. He was very, very supportive. But again, he never joined me. Why? It's just because there are things that we like to do. There are things that we don't want to do. For example, for me, I can never sell insurance. A lot of people ask me to join to be part of insurance. I cannot do it. It's just not in my blood. Same thing with Mr. Bobby Lee. And I asked him to join commercial lending. Again, it's not in his blood. I totally get it. But you know why he joined us? Finally, he joined us about 6 months ago. Is because of the wellness program. Now he sees it. He said, wow, you got this thing on your platform that's much better than Obamacare, so on and so forth. He joined forces with us. And that is what Sequoia, I can envision what Sequoia is. It's more like a Costco. It's like a warehouse where there's so many different products in this warehouse. People like different things. You might come in here, you just like the 1 to 4 unit investment property. We have agents that do nothing but focusing on the 1 to 4 unit. We have Mr. Bobby Lee that Bobby's just coming here to nothing but the wellness program. But guess what? Because he's in the platform, his focus is on the wellness program on the side. He closed a $4.5 million loan. His first deal didn't do anything. So again, so that is what we think about. How are we going to keep our agent more engaged with us? How can we keep our agents to generate paycheck every single payday? And that is what we are thinking about every single day. How can we enable our agent after they join Sequoia? They don't have to wait months and months and months and months to get their first paycheck. They can get their first paycheck in 5 days, in 10 days, in 30 days, very, very fast. And they can get that paycheck coming in every single week. So that is what we have been doing. And of course, by partnering up with EXP, that is a huge, huge, huge success for us as a company. We are small potatoes. We are not even small. We are tiny potatoes compared to who they are. But then they see us, how we grow. They like our business plan. They like our vision. We have been talking to each other consistently for the last year and a half. So finally, we shake hands and they agree to partner with us and put our Sequoia onto their new platform. Many of you already met Mr. James Huang, who was the EXP commercial president. He was on our platform multiple times to talk about how he can help us out. And as a matter of fact, right now they're building a new platform called Renaissance. And guess what? Sequoia is one of the very, very important member on that platform. And very soon they're going to open up Sequoia to their EXP. And guess what? They have 80,000 agents in EXP. And now we are talking about how we can work together with each other. So again, those are the big things that we accomplished in 2024. Not to mention other lenders that coming to us, other lenders that allowed us to want us to become our own lender. We have funds that talk to us. Hey, Alan, George, I have X millions of dollars. Can you be our lender? I'm going to give you a $10 million loan. I'm going to give you a $10 million line of credit. I'm going to give you a $20 million line of credit. So you can have your own, have the money to fund it out. So again, I think that is going to be coming in very soon in the future, right? So that's what we have done in 2024. And I encourage every one of us in this room right here to think through what have you done in 2024? How 2024 will excel you to the next level. What have you done? I believe, at least at the minimum, for the last year, 2024, by coming to the training, whether it's Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, whatever that might be, you already possess a lot of knowledge that a lot of people out there do not have. You already have access to a lot of product and services that other people haven't even heard of. So at least in that level, you, in terms of knowledge wise, you on January 1st, 2024 versus you on November 20th, 2024 is different. You're not the same person anymore. You have a lot more knowledge inside of you. But what are you going to do with that knowledge? See, in the mechanical engineering world, we have one thing. We all about energy. We people hear about energy. I'm a mechanical engineer. That's what I study. In the engineering world, we categorize energy. You hear something called potential energy and kinetic energy, right? Potential energy, just like it said, it's a potential energy. It has the potential to do something. For example, a Ferrari sitting on the parkway on a driveway, he has 2,000 horsepower. He has the potential to go so fast. But if he's not driving, it's just potential. Even though you start the engine, you do not step on the gas pedal. It's just sitting there idle. Even though you hear the sound, but it's not doing anything. That is potential energy. Kinetic energy is actually you in movement. You turn the potential energy into kinetic energy. That is what we need to do. All of us in this room already possess a lot of potential energy. You need to convert them into kinetic energy. And that is what I suggest everybody to really, really, really do a soul searching, to talk to yourself. What have I done in 2024? Have I grown? Now, when you grow, you don't grow because you join Sequoia. You don't grow because you join a company or whatever that might be. You grow as a person. You're supposed to build your name, build your brand name. Your name, whatever your name is it Alan Wu or Gio McConey or Benny Miller? That is your own brand. You are the CEO of your own brand. Are you building your brand? When people talk about you, when people think about you, what would they think about? You need to, what I encourage everybody to start building your own brand. Okay. So now into 2025. So this is what this training is all about. Well, it's not a training. This is what tonight's talk is all about. In 2025, what are we, how is the company going to evolve to? So the first thing that I mentioned is that we, in January 2025, January 1st, 2025, this company will no longer be Sequoia Lending. Okay? We transition ourselves called Sequoia Enterprise Solution. Let me say it one more time. It's called Sequoia Enterprise Solution. Now, why do we do that? It's just because it makes sense to us. Because now we are not just providing funding, we're providing business solutions, we're providing business working capitals. We provide clean energies. So, and we will be adding more and more product and services geared towards small businesses. So, whatever you see right now, are you guys seeing my screen? Yes? No? Did I share my screen? Yes. Okay. So this is we as we speak, we are working on a new website. Okay. Now, if you look at the logo, it's called Sequoia Enterprise Solution. No more Sequoia Lending. Okay. Very similar. I don't want to change a logo to somebody that do not recognize because the name Sequoia is already out there. A lot of people, when they talk about Sequoia, they know it's us. So I don't want to change the name dramatically. I don't want to change the logo, but this is going to be our new logo. Now, the new website is going to be like this. We would no longer have product and things like that. We lump everything into solution because again, now we are a solution company. So when you go in here, you will see real estate solutions, right? So it's much cleaner website, much cleaner website, much easier to maneuver. It's not clouded. So when you go to solution, we have real estate loans. We have business funding. So when you go to business funding, now go bring us to this section right here. But the scenario form is pretty much the same thing. We, you all got used to it, okay? So now, and another thing that we listen to a lot of you. That's what you suggest. We listen, and that's what we're going to put on. So one of the biggest thing that we are going to do is the deals that we close. A lot of people saying that, hey, show us the deals that you close. No problem. We show you the deals that we close. Now, obviously, we cannot change all the deals or put all the deals into one page. So this is just like a teaser. Once you put it up here, if you really want to see all the deals that we close, please follow us on our Instagram. So when you click on it and you will go to our Instagram page, follow us, subscribe to us, and share that with your client. A lot of the potential client out there would like to know, hey, what kind of deal can you close as a company? Now, a lot of people saying that, hey, I might not be able to close the deal. When I close a deal, then I will talk. No, you don't. As a company, we already close so many deals. And as a matter of fact, by coming into Sequoia, you are not the only one out there to work as a Rambo to close the deal by yourself. No, you do not. You work with our advisor. For example, you will hear from George later on. You will hear from Bobby later on. So again, you will be working with advisors. They are here to help you, holding your hands to close the deal together. Okay, so that is the biggest thing on this website. And also, of course, this is still a draft. It's nothing solid yet. We're still, making a lot of change. But again, hey, again, if you, I just want to share with you what we have. Of course, the social media icons right here. I don't like this. I want them to move to a place where it will be more visible. So when people come onto this website, they don't have to scroll all the way down to the page to follow us, and they can probably. I'm going to put it right next to contact us today, whatever that might be. So it will be easy, much easier for people to get access to. Okay, so that's the one thing. The biggest thing that in 2025 is that the company will officially call Sequoia Enterprise Solution. Okay, Sequoia Enterprise Solution. So when people talk about Sequoia, it's not just Sequoia lending anymore. Okay, but business wise, everything's the same. So that's the first thing. Now, second thing that I want to talk about is um, we have been talking about a certification class. Many of you, when you attended the opportunity call, and on the opportunity call, you will pay attention. I'm sure that you noticed that there are two different commissions, 23% and 46%. But for the longest time, we never really defined how you get from 26% to 46, 23 to 46. Right now, we're just saying that, hey, if you help us and if you work with George or whatever that might be, and you can get 46%. So we never have that fine line. So, but ever since day one, we always know that we need to put a certification class together. So, hey, at least each one of us have possessed some basic knowledge how to process a loan. So now we already have over, thanks to Mr. George Frankel, he is a lender. Okay, he's a lender. He knows this business inside out. He spent a lot of time to put the certification class together. Right now, there are over 30 hours worth of materials. And I told George, I say, George, I don't need people to attend a 30-hour class. Okay. condense them to no more than 3 hours because there's a lot of information we do not need to know. For example, how do you underwriting the loan? How do you do the processing of the loan? How do you look at the bank statement? How do you look at all these things? How do you trace? Again, that's underwriting. That's we don't need none of those. All we need is just the basic information how to become a qualified. I'm not even talking about a successful. I'm just to become a qualified loan officer or commercial loan consultant. So George, are you online?
Yes, Alan, I'm here.
Okay, George. So why don't you share with us where we at in the certification class process? So what we plan to
Absolutely.
do, and I believe that you work with Katrina. We're going to use AI to come in here to help us to do the training, so on and so forth. Please let us know.
Absolutely. Thanks, Alan. As Alan mentioned, we're in the process of putting together a Sequoia certification class. It's for the 1 to 4 unit single family properties and small balance commercial deals. Small balance meaning commercial deals typically under 2 million. The goal of the class is to make sure that agents are familiar with some of the concepts, the terminology, and some of the types of deals that we're funding in the 1 to 4 single family space and the small balance commercial space. In the past, I feel we've lost a lot of deals because newer agents weren't experienced enough or knowledgeable enough to present the loan offers correctly to their clients. And we've also lost agents because they weren't marketing properly. Of course, if you don't know the products, if you don't know the industry, it's hard to market effectively. And so what we're hoping for is this will actually give them a little bit more knowledge so they can generate the volume they're hoping to get. The class will help agents understand like what we do, what we fund, how to market, basically enough information to help them increase their loan volume. This also gives us, the Sequoia management team, the confidence that that agent is better equipped to talk to their clients, therefore getting them a bigger split, as Alan mentioned earlier. Right now, as Alan said, we've got many hours of material. This is based on the frequently asked questions we've heard over the years, most common scenarios, the knowledge of the market, and so forth. We're working on condensing everything. As Alan mentioned, we've got a lot of material. We're hoping to streamline it into a training course that's going to be practical and helpful. And this should be available. You're looking at the beginning of 2025. I'll let Alan explain about the advantages as far as commission split and so forth. And if you have any questions in the meantime, of course, feel free. And if you have any recommendations too, if you feel there's something that comes up that we should cover, by all means, please give me a call. Let me know, and we'll see if we include it as part of the class. Alan, that's it. I'll turn it back over to you.
Okay, thank you, George. So again, we heard it is going to come out in also in January 2024. So from now on, all the the only exception is if you are already a loan officer that you have an MLS number, then you don't have to take this class because you're already trained. But if you do not have an MLS number, and if you're not a loan officer and you join Sequoia, then we strongly suggest you to take this class. Now, you don't have to, you, if you don't want to take it, fine, no problem. Then you just become a referral agent. We still pay you the 23%, no doubt about this. But if you want to double your commission, we do need you to take this class. It's more quality. When you go out there to talk to your clients, so on and so forth, you possess the knowledge and the language and the confidence to go out there and to talk to your client. And most importantly, not just taking the class, okay, the certification process, the certification course, including the class, plus you need to have a trainer. You need to work with George at least minimum 3 deals because even though you take the class, you still might not be able to how to get the whole thing done. So you still need to work with George for minimum 3 deals. So he will hold your hand, he will walk with you, and go through the process and get to the closing. Okay, so that is what that class is all about. In 2024, it's coming up, and everybody needs to take it. So that, and another um, very important reason why we need to do this is because there are many company out there is actually looking at us. They're very interested to be part of us, and they want to see what kind of training program you have. So when there's a lot of real estate agent, a lot of real estate broker out there. They want to see, what kind of training program that we have. So again, it's not just about the certification class. What we are setting up right now, there's another big announcement, is the Sequoia University. It's the Sequoia University. So within the Sequoia University, the certification class is just one class. But within the university, you will have access to many, many, many different trainings. So for example, Bobby is going to be talking about a wellness program. I will be talking about multifamilies. We will be talking about constructions. We will be talking about many different other topics that is again that can um, help you to build a career within Sequoia. So that is the next thing that we talked about is the university, okay, certification class. Now let's move forward. When people come into Sequoia, once they look at all these things that we can do, people get excited very easily. Um, can you do this? Can you do this? What if this? What if that? They're all good. Okay, they're all good, and that's what we want to do. However, the goal is this. We put up all this different product. It's not to excite you or it's not to impress anybody out there that we can do all these. The most important thing is for you to choose and pick something that you are very good at and focus in it and make money out of it for that particular product. And the other rest, you can use them as byproducts, just like Bobby. He's very clear. He came into Sequoia saying, "Hey, Alan, I'm not going to do anything except wellness program." That is what he's focusing on. But guess what? The byproduct is that he closed a $4.5 million deal. Same thing with Raymond Wrong in New York. Same thing. He's saying, "Hey, my goal is to become the best in the Smurf program, the wellness product." But on besides, there's a many byproduct. He closed a lot of deals with clients that needs working capitals. So what you need to do is to focus on one product that is easy to close, that can generate you money very, very fast, ideally in 30 days. Then you can see the paycheck coming in. Okay. And you repeat it over and over and over again. Now, obviously, on our platform, we have many other products like constructions. Make the biggest deal that right now we are working on is a $600 million deal. I talk about that all over and over. We've been talking about that for a whole year, but still not closing. Why? It's because that is a very, very difficult deal. The agent that bought in that deal, he has all the hope that, hey, we're going to close this deal. We're going to close this deal. We have numerous meetings and so on and so forth. But again, it's still not going anywhere. So those big deals, they sound sexy. They sound very excited, but you don't see the paycheck perhaps a year down the road, 2 years down the road. So focus on something that is small. Focus on something that you can manage, that you have expectation of. So in 2025, what are we going to focus on as a company? I looked at all these different products. I know all these different products inside out. But then I realized that to a few people, I can focus on any other products and I can make money out of it. But I believe that for majority of us, a lot of us do not know 90% of those things. So what as a company, what we would like to focus on in 2025 is the wellness program. Is the wellness program. This wellness program does not we are not selling anything. We are not selling insurance. We are not selling mortgage. We're not selling a house. They already qualified. They're already paying for it. We just enroll them into the program. That's it. That's it. So there are so many exciting things in this particular program that we are, as a matter of fact, we are doing in the back end already. I'm going to ask Bobby to share with everybody where we at. He's going to share with some very exciting news, especially that AI piece. So very soon, you do not need to explain to your client what these things are all about. You do not need to answer any question with your client what this thing's all about. All you have to do just to give a number to your client. Your client called that number. He's talking to an AI. This AI knows this program inside out better than you and I. And guess what? This AI is going to be able to speak all languages. Could be English, Chinese, Vietnamese, Japanese, Korean. I don't care what it is. So, Bobby, the floor is yours. Let us know what you're doing in the back end. You got to mute yourself, Bobby.
Sorry. With the Smurf program, whenever we talk about it, it's everybody's like, what's good to be true. Everybody gets excited because it's a one program that actually gives you the residual income every month. Because, you know, um, my background, I have a health insurance agency and I do Obamacare, Medicare, group health, you name it. Anything that has to do with health insurance, I do. And I put together benefits, 401k, IRA for small businesses. So when I saw this Smurf program, I'm like, oh my God, you're going to the business and you're helping the business owner be able to have insurance, not just health, but life insurance at no net cost to them and to their employees. I mean, there's nothing better than that, where you don't have to convince them, where they have to buy anything. But most importantly, you're walking into a business and you're letting them know that, hey, you don't have to change anything, but you're going to be the hero because you're going to offer all of this to your employees. But that's when I kind of looked into it a little bit more, and at the end of the day, the business model for Sequoia is basically we're going to do all the work for you and we're going to set everything up for you. All you got to do is bring the clients. And that's pretty much our business model. So when people join, we would want you to make money within 30 days. And that's the work that I've been doing recently with our partners. Number one, how to set it up where when you meet a client, if you don't really want to explain everything, you can send them a video. And then after that, if they have any further questions, let me give you a number. You're going to call, and no matter what questions you ask, we have a AI that will be able to answer all the questions that you may have. Now, going further, sometimes when you talk to a small business and you have to get certain documentation, that could be a lot of work for them because not every business has a HR department. Not every business has people handling that. Some of them even they don't even know whether the S corp is C corp. But whatever the case, we're going to make it very efficient for our consultants to be able to get all the paperwork. Like, for example, like I put my business in and I use ADP as payroll. We were able to find a way where all the business owner have to do is make our consultants a user to be able to retrieve the information needed to put this together. So, whether you have paychecks or ADP, we've worked through all those scenarios to be able to collect the documents. And also, once we collect the documents, our people will put together a proposal within 48 hours. So, once all of this is done, we may be able to have a turnaround of 7 to 10 days, and that's great. That means that if I invite anybody to Sequoia to be a consultant for the Smurf program, I can show you how to get paid within 30 days. So that's the most important thing. And with the AI, that will answer every question. And we also have a way where once they enroll, they can go online and see their account. They can enroll themselves. All we got to do is send them a link. And once we do, they go on there, 1, 2, 3, everything, is prompted. And they just press, okay, I want this, I want this, I want this, boom, done. And then they can see their account online. So the back end part is very important for this program, and that's what we've been working on. And I can assure you, by the time January comes, we're gonna make this so easy for you guys. Oh my God, there's 56.4 million employees that are part of small businesses. That's 1 to 99 employees. You got 56.4 million employees that you can help. Imagine that. And that's the most exciting part is, what, we're disrupting all of these industry. It's not just about putting products in like a Costco. These products are basically hot because it's so new that you guys have the potential to make so much money but at the same time, be able to help so many people. So that for me is a win-win. So give us a little bit more time, but once we're done, we're going to open the floodgates. And I'll tell you what, guys, but I would make a suggestion. A lot of people get excited, like Alan mentioned earlier, and say, "Oh, let's talk to a business with 100 employees, 200 employees." You know what? I would say write down 10 businesses that you know, whether it's somewhere you did your dry clean or your restaurant you eat or where you change your oil. Just 10 businesses that you know where you can talk to the owner. Whether they may have 5 employees or 10 employees, start with those. And I assure you, once you close those 10 businesses, those business owners will tell everybody else about this. You don't even need to advertise. That's how fast it's going to blow up. So we're working very hard in the background to help you be able to do this more efficiently, have all the AI and all the back end taken care of. And I'll tell you what, I'm in the health insurance agent, health insurance industry, and we use a lot of the AI, Sunfire, a lot of different things to handle the back end, help handle enrollment. I have to say, what we have here with Sequoia surpasses anything I've ever worked with. And I'm working with big carriers like Aetna, United Healthcare, you know, but what we have right here, well, that's why I'm very excited whenever I talk about it, is because you know what? It's going to surpass everything. It's going to make your work very easy. But everybody, no matter how excited you are, go for your low hanging fruit. Write down just 10 businesses that you can talk directly to the owner, and we will show you how, and we will provide the means for you to be able to do this and make money within 30 days. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Bobby. That is very exciting. He's true that don't get too excited to talk to a company that has 1,000 employees. Forget about those. Okay, it would take years and years and years for you to even see the CEO or the decision maker. Our experience is that anywhere between 10 to 50 people. Those are the companies that it's very easy to get access to. They can make decisions very, very quickly, and they can, those are the company that needs help. If you're talking about a company that have 1,000 employees, I'm sure that they already have their financial team, so on and so forth. They might not even want to listen to you. But if focusing on small businesses, those numbers add up. You think about this. We all know how to get paid, right? So every employee that you bring in, you will get paid $9.20 per employee per month. You have 1,000 employees. Very easy to get to 1,000 employees. 1,000 employees, you're getting $9,200 a month, every single month. And you just do this thing one time. Once you build up, and it's coming. Once you build up, it's coming. So think about this. You are building now, you can truly, truly build a business that has residual incomes. It's not like you just sell them one loan and you have to look for another loan. Now you have a product that once you set it up, the money keep coming in every single month, so on and so forth. Okay. And also this particular product right here, again, there's nothing to sell. This is the perfect icebreaker. You go to any companies, you ask them, hey, do you want to buy insurance? Hey, do you want to buy a piece of property? Hey, do you want to buy this product, buy this, that? And you're always asking them to take their money out, buy, you buy, you buy, you buy, you buy. They would think that, well, I'm not going to spend my money. My focus on how to save this money, how to save my business, how to save money on my business. And now you go to them and you let them know that, hey, I have a product right here that can save you money. No cost to you, no cost to the employer. They can get free health benefits. They can get free insurance, free health, health insurance, life insurance, dental vision. There's no cost to you, no cost to the employer. They will listen to you. And once they listen to you, once you give something to them, and guess what? They think about you all the time. You let them know that, hey, I'm in commercial lending. Many of you are selling insurance. You let them know that I sell insurance, like Bobby. I'm selling insurance. They will listen to you. If you're a real estate agent, hey, next time when you buy a piece of real estate, I can here to help you. So that is a perfect door opener for you to meet the decision maker. Now, in the past, we had one product like this, but that product is gone. It's called PPP, Paycheck Protection Program. That is specifically during the COVID time. The government come up with this PPP, SETC. All these programs are good for us to get to know the owner. But all those products are gone. It's not there anymore. But with the wellness program, this is here to stay. It's going to, I mean, again, it's already written into law. It's not going to, unless they change the law, which is very unlikely, this is going to be a product that we will be heavily promoting in 2025. So Bobby is the leading leaders for this particular program. So he now is spending a lot of his time developing the system with the service provider. Once he give out a green light, now I'm not saying that don't promote this product. You can still promote it. We still have people that that brings in the business. We still signing people up, and as a matter of fact, today we signed up somebody that has 32 employees. We're signing up another company that has 5 employees, so on and so forth. So keep continue on. But what I'm saying is that the new system is going to help you tremendously in 2025. So Bobby is going to be our leader on this, and you all met with George, and George is the leader for the 1 to 4 unit fix and flip construction. Many of you already worked with him already. Okay, we have about 15 more minutes. So what is the next thing is that in the year of 2025, we will one of our goal is to penetrate into minorities, get into the minority market. Personally, I've spent a lot of time in the Asian, Chinese Asian communities. We have Mr. Raymond Rong up in New York, and he will be the head of the Chinese community up in New York. That is of course, Bobby is going to be in the Vietnamese community. Now, however, we also have Latino. The Latino market is one of the biggest minority market in the United States. Here, when you do business, you have to get into the Latino market. So this year we started tried out the Latino training on Tuesday night. Every other Tuesday night we have training had by Mr. Gio Ramos. So he will be the head of running the Latino market in 2025. So Gio, if you're online, share a few words about your vision, what you want to do. I know that you are doing your training already and try to capture that market. So again, share with us what your plan is on 2025.
Thank you so much, Alan. How's everybody doing? I'm excited. It's a new chapter yet in our new company, Sequoia Enterprise Solutions. There's 28 folks in there, with the exception of George and Alan Wu. I don't know who else speaks Spanish.
Nope.
I don't know who else speaks Spanish.
There's a lot of people who speak Chinese and Vietnamese in this room, but not many Spanish people. I can assure you.
There you go. So 28. So you just give me 10 people, guys. 10 people. You don't need to speak Spanish. Just try to talk to 10 Latinos. I don't care what age group. Bring 10 people. That'll be 280 people on Tuesday. And I'm going to make sure from that Latino person that you brought in, we'll get another 10. So we'll have 2,800 people if everybody just bring 10, 10 people. And that 10 people bring obviously another 10. So I'm very excited. This is a new chapter in our book. I truly believe in the leadership that this company has. I believe in the vision that Mr. Wu has, and I'm here to help out. I'm just another brother to everyone else. Whomever needs the language and knows that I can speak it, please use me, call me, and I'm connected every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So just send them over to me. I'll take care of it for you. I'll train them, get them ready, and send you some residual income in the process. So I'm here for you guys. That's all I got.
Great. Thanks a lot, Gio. Thanks a lot. So again, what we see is that the foundation of Sequoia finally set. We finally have a very, very clear mind exactly what this company is going to go, what this company is going to do. So the idea came online back in 2006. 2006. Okay, I still remember at that time I was a young ensign in the United States Navy sailing somewhere in the ocean, and I was talking to myself, what am I going to do when I grow up? So that seed started to plant in 2006. And now today is 2024. After some 20 some years later, and finally 18 years later, finally we are here. So this is not like a platform that we just thought about it out of nowhere. It's been through so many trial and error so many ups and downs, so many failures, and so much dollars that spent on it, and finally get to where we are now. This is absolutely not perfect. Absolutely not perfect. But at least we know this thing works. If it doesn't work, why would EXP, a company that's on NASDAQ, would even talk to us? Why would National Ace, the biggest Asian nonprofit organization or chamber of commerce in the United States, would invite us to become a financial coach onto their platform? So we know that this works. Now the question is, does it work for you? You have to ask yourself, does it work for you? Now the foundation is set. The rocket is set up. We are about to go to Mars. 2025, we ignite it, we are go. Are you coming along with us? Or are you just still sitting in the sideline? For the last few years, you can sit on the sideline and you can still watch us grow. But 2025, we're going to Mars. The rocket ship is going to be gone. You cannot see us anymore. I would suggest every one of us, if you are serious, and I know that you are, because again, as of today, in Sequoia, we have over 3,000 people register onto our platform. 3,000 people. And everyone, and you know, you're paying $29.99 a month. They're over, out of the 3,000, there's only 300, a little bit over 300 is paying that $30 a month. And out of that 300 that are paying $30 a month every month, only 30 of them in this room tonight. Now, obviously, we have training tomorrow for the Chinese. We have training tomorrow for most group. So I would say everybody at together is approximately 100, 150 people that is actually consistently coming back to the training. So you guys are at the very, very ground floor. The good thing is that you don't have to go through all those ups and downs with us. And I mentioned to you, Bobby is the first guy that I talked to. I draw the circle. Gio is also the first guy I still remember in his office. I was drawing circle, and right next to him, there's another guy called Eric, right? Eric's called. I have no idea where he is. And George is my lender. And I approached him. I said, hey, George, this is my example. This is my idea. I still remember we met at the Panera Bread. We were talking about all these things. That was way back when. Now everything start to fall into pieces. So the company is actually already formed. We have a very, very clear mind where we want to go from here. And we want to take as many people with us as possible. So 2025 is going to be a very, very good year for us. Regardless, you like it or not, a new government is going to be here in the United States. We already see the stock market is doing very great. We already see the real estate interest rate is start dropping. Okay, a lot of things is going to happen in 2025. And we foresee in 2025, at least if you're just focusing on the wellness program, there's no reason for you not to make 6-digit income in 2025. Are you willing to do it? That's the question. A lot of people out there, they will invest money in real estate. They will buy this thing. You think about this. You spend how much money to purchase a real estate? $200, $300, $400,000. And you make how much a month? After you rent it out, after you spend all the money, after you have spent all the expenses, how much you're making? A few $1,000s if you make money. You make $2,000, $3,000 per house. In order for you to make $20,000 from your real estate, you need to have what? At least 10 houses. But for you to make $20,000 here in this company, it's pretty easy. All you need to do just focusing on 2,000 employees. Now, I'm not talking about you go to talk to 2,000 employees individually. You talk to one company that has 20 employees. All you need to do is the 100 companies. Then you got 2,000. When you got 2,000 employees, you got close to $10 per person. You're making about $20,000 a month every single month. It's coming in every single month. You don't have to worry about them anymore. So your business can keep growing and growing and growing and growing that way. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you tonight. There's no training whatsoever. I just want to share with you our past, what we have done in 2024, and share with you what our vision is, what we will commit to do in 2025. Um, we need you. We need every single one of you. So, suggestion is that, hey, go home tonight, give yourself a goal. Perfect timing right now. We're in the holiday season. Go home, write down your goal. What are you going to be planning to do in 2025? How are you going to put that into action in 2025? We are all here to help. So we have a few more minutes. And if you want to, okay, so there are a few questions right here. Jay is asking, I have an MLS number as a licensed realtor. Does that count? If you have MLS license numbers, Bobby is going to, not Bobby, sorry, George is going to have a little talk with you to make sure that even you get a license number, that doesn't mean that you can close loan, right? We all understand that. So George is going to have a small talk with you, and as long as he feels okay, then you're okay. Now the goal is not about a certification class. The goal is what? The goal is for you to close that deal. Are you able to close that deal by yourself? Right? So that is that. Jim is asking, I'm in the same business as you, Bobby. Okay, great, fantastic. Life insurance. Deborah got a lot of fire. Sutan got a lot of fire. Good, fantastic. And we see Mr. Yue Liu. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey Alan, you're here. Love your vision, love what you're doing, and the new website looks great. A quick question. So I've talked to a few potential customer or collaborator for the SMART program, and some of them raised a question about the new coming government for the United States, because this program is based on several laws that are written by a some of them are written by different another administration. So they're wondering what's the sustainability, or if let's say a company of a couple of dozens people sign up to this program, and within half a year, 1 year, and the law will be changed and things will be different. So how what do you see about this problem question?
Well, the way that I see, personally, the way I see is that if you are helping the government to save money, I don't think that they were stupid enough to change the law. Do you know how much money the government can save government on wellness by utilizing this particular program? This program, see, the governments will come up with something like this. I believe it's not because they just want to. Some of the things not because they really want to help you guys. They really want to help themselves because every single year, if there's no such law exist, what would no such program exist? What would happen to a lot of those people that cannot qualify for benefits? The government every single year spend billions of trillions of dollars to help people that cannot afford to pay for their wellness. And I just listened to the radio. The wellness, medical, social security combined together is approximately 65% of the total government expense every single year. 65%. That's insane. Now, with this particular program, even though you think the government is paying for it, but they are paying for from where? See, if you ask for government for welfare, the government is actually take our money from somewhere else to pay for it. But for this particular program, it's not. It's from your own tax. You're already paying tax to the government, and the government just saying that, okay, fine, instead I take the entire $1,000 from you, I only take 800. I give you $200 for you to purchase all this insurance. It's not like that you're not paying for it. This thing is not free. This thing is somebody's paying for it. So the government just saying that, hey, I take less money. So now this is another thing. That's what I believe, right? I used to in the Navy. We studied the color of money, so on and so forth. So every time when you ask government for money, meaning that they actually need to write a check to you, it's a big chance that they can cut it out. For example, PPP, Paycheck Protection Program. The government actually write you a check. They will give you the money, right? So they can cut that out anytime. They can cut the budget. But is this thing in their budget? No, it's not. I don't think so. It's because, again, it's just take less tax dollar. Does the government need to write me a check? No, they don't write me a check. They still take money from me in the form of tax, but it's just less tax. So the chance for them to cut it out, I think it's very slim. That's number one. Number two, when they cut out programs, they will cut out a lot of programs that is, for example, like research. They might cut military programs. They might cut RNA. They might cut education. A lot of those things. But when you come into welfare, the Republican and the Democrat all have to agree in order for them to change the law. I don't know how easy is it for them. I'm not a politician. I don't know, but I don't know how easy is it for them to change a law that is benefiting a lot of citizens at the moment. So imagine what would happen if they change law, because this thing is under Affordable Care Act. If you change the Affordable Care Act, what happened to those people that have Obamacare? What happened to those people that have CalSurf? I cannot imagine. So the chance for them to change this, I think, is very slim. But where am I? What do I know? Right? Might as well, again, right now it's a lot of the company, and also a lot of the company service provider are actually coming out with products to support this program. And I believe those people have a lot more inside information than I do. And if they are willing to design product for this particular program, it tells me that, hey, they know something that I don't. It tells me that, hey, they're willing to put money into it. So again, that is just my 2 cents for something like this.
Thanks.
Any other questions? Deborah saying that you've ignite a fire. I'm so excited to connect with you, getting to training and business ownership. Absolutely. Deborah, I'm not sure who invited you here. Talk to the person who invited you here. Be part of us, be part of the revolution. And we are going out there to make some, just like Steve Jobs said, make a little dent on the universe. That's all we care. Anyone else? If not, it's 9 o'clock. So if nothing else, I see everybody next Wednesday night. Good night, everyone.